Podcasting from Woodstock, Georgia, welcome to Soul Solutions, a show where we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs. I'm your host, author, and certified life coach, Terry Kozlowski. Hello, warriors. Did you know to cultivate your growth includes setting personal boundaries? Can you see that setting these limits is an act of self-love? If you need help, you can take my course, The Guide to Setting Personal Boundaries, on mastermind.com. The link is in the show notes. Take the course as an act of personal growth this spring. Now let's start this week's episode. Episode 90. Actually, the best way to help you grow is by stretching yourself. Are the goals you have truly stretching you to reach new heights? Or are you playing it safe and allowing the egoic mind to be rational about your objectives? Did you realize that playing it safe means you aren't growing? And most likely stagnating? Remember, taking a misstep means you are learning and therefore discovering growth and success. When you are feeling comfortable in life, it means you are staying in your comfort zone, doing what you're accustomed to doing. And you already know growth only occurs when you are uncomfortable. When you challenge yourself, discomfort ensues because you are moving into the unfamiliar. I know I have chosen the familiar path for a time, but then I realize my development has stagnated and look for ways to stretch myself. When you are expanding yourself, it feels good to see your progress and the steps you've overcome to reach where you are. But if you don't take the risk and stretch, then you are choosing to live a life of survival instead a life of thriving. Just like exercising, the more you stretch, the better you feel about yourself and the fewer grievances you have about your life. The more you are willing to expand, the more likely you are to succeed. Remember, your actions move you forward, not your egoic thinking. So be proud of the minor victories along your way to the ultimate objectives. Why the ego wants to be comfortable. When you look for ways to stretch yourself, the egoic mind sees the possibility of risk and not obtaining your goals. But if you take the chance and move out of your comfort zone, even if you don't reach the goal, you've moved forward. See, growth and progress are just as important as obtaining the aim. Why? Because the more you learn, the more you improve, and the more authentic you become. Besides, your dreams aren't something you've reached before, so of course, there are unknowns, and the ego doesn't like that. It doesn't want you to stretch to reach your vision. It wants you to stay safe in your small, stagnant life. Instead, consciously choose to try something new. The swells of growth in anyone's life occur when they stretch themselves. You can start small by trying a new food or reading a different genre of book than you normally would. Or take a leap of faith and start that business you've been dreaming about for years. But be mindful of the potential risk, especially financial ones, when you do something big, like quit your job. The more regularly you stretch yourself, the easier it becomes. Why? Because you'll have proved that your risk-taking is beneficial for your life and personal development. By the way, stretching may seem painful, but the discomfort isn't harming you. It's beneficial. With each surge of growth, you gain different perspectives, which is always valuable. Choosing the why for your stretching. When you pull a hamstring and you are told to stretch it and hold it in place, it's painful. Why are you doing it? So the hamstring regains its elasticity and remembers its range of motion. But as soon as you let go of that stretched hamstring, what happens? It snaps back into place. Why? Because it's comfortable. And people are the same way. To overcome this tendency of going back to your comfort zone, you need to understand why you are stretching. Is your why because you want to obtain your life objectives? Do you have a growth mindset and understand that living is about improving yourself every day? Are you looking to overcome bad habits? Do you want to be healthy and fit? Does your why come from a spiritual place? Are you looking for more emotional stability? Do you want more fun and leisure in your life? Your why can be for whatever you like, but you need to buy into the why so you maintain the stretching during uncomfortable periods. This buy-in helps to empower you to push through when the egoic mind wants to quit because of the discomfort or other external factors. Write down your why and look at it each day to remind yourself of your goals. Then ask your tribe to help encourage you. Have them repeat to you your why when you feel uncomfortable. Consciously choose to stretch yourself instead of allowing the ego to keep you stagnant. Expanding your comfort zone. Did you realize stretching yourself to cultivate personal growth increases your comfort zone? What does this mean? Well, the more situations you learn to handle, the more confidence and familiarity you have with similar circumstances. This translates into you feeling more confident in your ability to handling differing situations. And as you continue to grow, your desire for learning and stretching increases too. So a little stretching today leads to more self-confidence tomorrow, which has you heading into fresh adventures with assurance you'll be able to handle whatever happens. And the next time you expand the edges of your comfort zone, you know you'll have another breakthrough to the next level of your fabulous life. But how do you stretch when you're feeling uncomfortable? The answer is to take action. Any activity you do to move forward towards the goal is how you move past the anxiety the egoic mind puts at the forefront of your self-talk. But as soon as you take action, the ego realizes moving forward isn't quite as fearful as it conjured. Besides, even if you do take a misstep, you've tried, and it's just as important for your personal development. And the more you do this, the easier it is to do, and the better you get at facing egoic fears. Why? Because you have a history of times your stretching has worked out well for you, and you now trust yourself to move confidently forward. Realizing action helps you obtain your objectives or teaches you something new. Ways to stretch yourself. When you decide it's time to expand your mind and are looking for ways to move out of your comfort zone, it may seem overwhelming. But there are slight changes you can make, new habits you could add, or if something piques your interest, for you to try. Here are some ways you can consider stretching and cultivating your personal development. Explore an alternate spiritual experience. Have an authentic conversation with someone you normally wouldn't. Let go of any judgments, rigid opinions, or limiting beliefs. Take an online class on a subject you're interested in pursuing. Join a book club to expose you to different categories of reading. Go to a social event you normally say no to attending. Visit a local museum and learn about your community. Go to a concert to hear a local band play. Learn to play a new game. Find a discussion board where you can contribute your knowledge. Try a new grounding exercise. Move your body in a new way. Try a new recipe intriguing to your palate. Explore your creativity. See, none of these are hard to do, but if it's new to you, the egoic mind will make excuses why you shouldn't do any of them. Is that what happened when you heard them? But if you only try one of these ideas, it will help you stretch into the unfamiliar and grow on many levels. Again, you need to choose consciously to develop and improve yourself. Moving forward while stretching. The level of challenges you face in life is in direct proportion to your ability to stretch and grow. You are given those encounters now because you can handle and move past those circumstances. You are intelligently expanding, which means you are aware of the egoic self-talk and yet have been able to look at ways to overcome. It's finding the balance between the effort of reaching and the ability to relax and take in the lesson, pushing yourself to the next level, and then letting go of the constraints that keep you from growing. Increase your flexibility in dealing with life situations by moving through the discomfort. So be receptive to new ideas and experiences. C. Stretching means increasing your awareness in all areas of your life, which gives you new perspectives. This is growth in action. I want you to take this principle of cultivating your personal growth by stretching past your comfort zone and applying it to all areas of your life. By having the discipline to do so, you'll see how you will move beyond anything your egoic mind can imagine. Be flexible and open, like the plants reaching toward the light so it can grow each spring. In what way will you stretch yourself today so you can move on to the next level of your life? As you become more mindful of certain aspects of your life and see the need to try something different, you can alter the course of your life by stretching out of your comfort zone. Do you need help to break out of your stagnant life? Are you looking for support in learning how to tap into your amazing potential? Do you want a strategy to help you create an extraordinary life? If so, please reach out to me and we can put together an action plan for you to cultivate growth by stretching and living an authentic life. To learn more about how I taught myself to expand my growth and become a more authentic version of myself, you can do so by reading my book, Raven Transcending Fear, available on Amazon. The link is in the show notes, or you can go to raventranscendingfear.com for more information. Thanks for listening to Soul Solutions with Terry Kozlowski. If you'd like the show and want to learn more, check out terrykozlowski.com, where you can find the links to everything we talked about in this episode. Please subscribe to the show so you'll never miss an episode as we overcome our fears and our limiting beliefs.